What if we told you that in just a matter of hours, you could take your wall from this
to this? Introducing our Bradford Fireplace Kit, complete with GenStone panels and fireplace. Now having a stone fireplace wall is easier than ever. Let's walk through how you can take any wall with an outlet from this to this in just a few hours. Step 1 is to cut two 2x3s to 53 1/4 inches and two at 50 1/4 inches. Attach the two 50 1/4 frames first, and then the 53 1/4 frames on top of the 50s. Make sure to attach the frames to studs that should be between 79 and 59 inches in width. You want to begin by measuring and finding your length between your two studs, and then mark 11 1/4 inches on both of your verticals. Your frame should be looking like this so far. The top of your horizontal will go to the 11 1/4 inch. Then attach with two screws on each side. Please note the reason you made a 3-inch difference in cuts for your vertical support beams is to have a small opening for any power cords. Now you will use the same measurement and cut to add another horizontal support at the bottom. We are fitting the fireplace box to find our center mark. Remember, depending on where your studs are, you may have a different measurement here. For where our studs are, we have about 5 3/4 inch on either side of the fireplace to have it centered. Now that we've found the center, we are marking the edges of the fireplace box. You will cut 4 18-inch vertical frames. This will be used to fasten the fireplace. This will start at the top of your second horizontal frame member. We used adhesive to adhere to the drywall on the first board only on either side. This will make it so you do not need to find a stud. Make sure you are level. You will repeat on the other side of where the fireplace box will go. The third and fourth 18-inch boards will go on the top of the first and second. You will just screw these in. Add another horizontal frame just above the fireplace. Once again, screw in 2 screws per side to attach. Mark every 10 inches from the top of the lower frame to the bottom of the next frame. Repeat the process twice, and this will complete your frame.
With the frame now complete, we will move to the wood trim on the sides of the fireplace. We bought a 1x6 and cut it to 4.5 inches. You will do this for both sides of the fireplace, and the total length of the board will be 53.25.
Attach that with some finishing nails, using as many as you feel you need to make sure it's secure.
Starting at the floor going left to right, you will start with a full panel and fasten with drywall screws every 8 to 10 inches.
Be sure to level your panel with the wall. Do not rely on the floor to level your first row.
Once this is complete, you will measure and get the length for your next piece. In our case, it was 19.25 inch, and you will mark and cut your next piece to install. Then you will have the first row complete. For the second row, you will fill in the small areas on the left and the right of the fireplace. You can actually use the leftover piece from the first row for the next 2 cuts. Fasten each of those and the second row is complete. Also keep in mind that you want to make sure to have it tight to the wooden trim on the outside of the fireplace, because the face of your actual firebox will cover anything on the inside. At this point in the process, make sure you have your power strip dropped into the back area. Keep in mind you want to drive in a couple face screws, as well as these smaller pieces do have less shiplap exposure.
You will now set the fireplace into the hole so that you will be able to make sure the fourth row is going to fit properly. For the fourth row, the panel will start with a full panel on the right side. This will allow the seams to be offset. Then you will cut another 19.25 inch panel to fill in that first row. For the last row, you will start from left to right with a full panel. Next, cut off the shiplap at the top of the panel. You may have to cut a little more than the shiplap off depending on your total height of the fireplace. Measure, cut, and install the last piece to complete the row. Then you will drive face screws into the top row panel since the shiplap is gone. These face screws can be concealed with our exact match caulking and paint kit. With the GenStone installed, you can now screw in the fireplace, which needs 3 screws on either side. These screws will go directly into the GenStone and the wood. Next, remove the glass cover on the fireplace by removing the screws. Add the logs or the crystals that come with the fireplace. Then, screw the glass cover back into place. Lastly, the firebox has pegs that the steel cover will hook onto. For the mantle, we used a 1x8 and stained it to match the trim. We went with 6 feet in length, however, you can decide what length and size you want for yours. Finally, use finish nails to attach the mantel into the framing. If you have any questions,
or if you want to order a fireplace for your very own, give us a call at the number on screen.
Thanks so much.